Second grade, it's Miss L here for Module 6, Lesson 9 of Eureka Math. Today, we are going to be able to solve word problems that involve addition of equal groups in rows and columns. So we have learned that we can show equal groups using arrays, which is arranging objects into rows and columns. Remember that rows go from left to right or side to side, we say. That's horizontal, side to side. Columns go up and down from top to bottom. We call that vertical. No matter what, when you are doing arrays, the groups have to be equal. So if you have rows going from side to side, each row has to have the same number of objects in it for it to be an equal group. Also, when you have columns going from top to bottom or up and down, those those columns have to be equal groups. They have to have the same number of objects in them. We can also show equal groups using a tape diagram. So if we have this array over here of apples, we can represent that with a tape diagram. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 rows represented by my 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. And in each row, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 apples. That's what the 5 in each box is. So the box is represented by the number of groups you have. The number inside each box is how many objects are in each group. Remember, just like your arrays, they have to be equal numbers. They have to be the same number. So we can use arrays, tape diagrams, and repeated addition equations to help us solve word problems. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to move this out of the way. Our first word problem, we're going to use the read, draw, write concept that we learned earlier in the year. So it says, Miss Daley wants to know how many eggs are in the carton. She sees 4 eggs in both rows. How many eggs are there? Well, to solve this problem, I need to know about an egg carton. So if you have ever gone to the store and got a carton of eggs, it would look like this. There's 1 row of 6 and a second row of 6. So when you normally get eggs, there are 12 or a dozen eggs in a carton. But Miss Daley sees 4 eggs in both rows. We're going to go ahead and draw this line to separate the egg carton to show the 2 rows. Here's a row and here's a row. She sees 4 eggs in both rows. So let's count in the first row. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the second row, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we've drawn a picture. We need to do a little bit of writing. We need to find out how many eggs are there. Well, there are 2 rows and 4 eggs in each row. So we can make a repeated addition equation to solve that. There are 2 rows and there are 4 eggs in each row. So if we have 4 2 times, that gives us a total of 8. Or thinking about our groups, we can say 2 groups of 4 is 8. So there are 8 eggs in all. So again, we read the problem, we drew a picture, and we wrote about it. Read, draw, write to help us solve these word problems by using arrays. Right here, this is an array, a picture. By using tape diagrams, and by using repeated addition equations. Let's go ahead and look at a second problem. Now for this problem, we're actually going to look at it 2 different ways. So let's go ahead and read it first. It says, Mrs. Jones arranges desks into 4 rows of 5. How many desks are in her classroom? So we're going to start after reading by making a picture. So I made 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I put 5 desks in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I drew an arrow underneath each row just to remind myself that rows go side to side. So I wanted to figure out how many desks are in her classroom. Well, I know that there are 5 desks in each row and there are 4 rows. So I could write a repeated addition equation. 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, that's 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, equals 20. How do I know that? Right, I could count up each desk individually, or I could skip count 5, 10, 15, 20, or I know that 5 plus 5 is 10, and 5 plus 5 is 10. And I know my doubles facts, 10 plus 10 is, yep, 20. So if I wanted to make a tape diagram, I would have 4 boxes to represent my 4 rows, and the number 5 in each box to represent how many desks are in each row. Tap your head if that makes sense. I hope it does. We're going to move on and look at this problem a little bit differently now. This time, instead of looking at it in rows, I want us to look at this in columns. Remember, columns go up and down or top to bottom. They're vertical. So I've put some lines in between to remind me. How many columns do you see? That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. And how many desks are in each column? Remember, there should be an equal number of desks in each column. When I snap, we're going to say it. Are you ready? Did you say 4? Good job. There are 4 desks in each column. So we can make a repeated addition equation. There are 5 columns and 4 desks in each column. That should get us 20. Remember, our answer shouldn't change whether we're looking at rows or columns. So let's go ahead and skip count. We have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Another way to look at that is making pairs from our add-ins. 4 plus 4 is 8. 4 plus 4 is 8. So 8 plus 8 is 16. We have 1 4 that we can't make a pair with. So 16 plus 4. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20 is the answer. There are 20 desks in her classroom. What if we wanted to make a tape diagram to show this problem? How could we do that? First, I want you to think, how many boxes would you show? So looking at our array, how many groups did we make? That's how many boxes we'll draw. Yep, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, what number would we put in each box? Remember, they're equal groups, so the number's going to be the same. What number would we put in each box? Think about it. That's right. We would put 4 in each box because there are 4 desks in each column. So again, a tape diagram is another way that you could show a picture. Instead of doing an array, you're using the tape diagram and putting numbers instead of pictures. It can save you time, and it can also help you get to your repeated addition equation. Great job. Second grade, let's look at one more problem. We're going to read draw, and write. So we're going to read first. See if you can read with me. Hank ate 4 cherries each in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. How many cherries did Hank eat altogether? Well, they don't tell us anything about rows or columns here. So let's see, how am I going to make equal groups? He ate 4 cherries each in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. Well, that seems like 3 different parts, 3 different groups. And it says he ate 4 cherries each. So if I wanted to draw a picture, he ate 4 cherries in the morning, 4 cherries in the afternoon, and 4 cherries in the evening. So by drawing out a picture of the 3 different times that he ate 4 cherries, I've come up with a picture with equal groups. 4, 4, and 4. This is good, but we actually want to make a tape diagram for this one. So what would that look like? Again, we have our 3 different times of the day, morning, afternoon, and evening, and Hank ate 4 cherries at each of those times. So what could we do? If the tape diagram in your head looked like this, give me a thumbs up. Yes. Why would the tape diagram look this way? Why would the tape diagram have 3 boxes with a 4 in each box? Look at the picture and look at the tape diagram. That's right. There are 3 groups, 1, 2, 3, just like there are in our picture, 1, 2, 3. And how many cherries are in each group? Yeah, there are 4 cherries in each group. So that is why we have made the tape diagram this way. So our repeated addition equation is the 3 groups of 4, which gives us 12. Again, you could count each one individually, or you could skip count. What I like to do is I like to see if I can make pairs out of my addends, which I can. 4 and 4 is 8. And this 4 is all by itself, so I'm just going to add it to the 8. 8 plus 4 is, you got it, 12. So if we are writing about it, we would say Hank ate how many cherries? Yep, 12 cherries all together. Great. What I'd like to do now, 2nd grade, is show you what your assignment is going to look like. So with this, you are going to see a Google form, and it's going to say Lesson 9 problem set. You're going to start by typing in your name and selecting your teacher. Quick note about that. You're selecting your classroom teacher, not the teacher that's teaching this lesson. So even though I'm teaching this lesson, if you are not in my classroom, you are going to select your classroom teacher. Okay? You are going to read each word problem and answer the question that goes with it. So the first one asks you a question. What array matches the word problem? Select A or B. The second one asks you about an array. The third one asks you about an array. Pay careful attention to this last part because it's asking first about a tape diagram, and then it's asking you about a repeated addition equation. When you are all done selecting your answers, I want you to hit this purple Submit button. Right after that, you're not going to see your answers anymore. They have been sent to your teacher. Don't worry, your teacher got them. You don't have to submit answers more than one time, and we will grade them and get back to you with the results, okay? All right, 2nd grade, good luck on this assignment, and if you have any questions, you can always reach out to your teachers. Bye-bye.